Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to study anatomy of human heart and circulation of blood in and out of the heart. Okay. An average weight of heart is about 7 to 15 ounce or 200 to 425 grams, and its size is little larger than the size of your fist. Means if this is the size of your fist, your heart size will be little larger. Okay, and it varies person to person. Average heartbeat is about 100,000 times, pumping around 2,000 gallons of blood per day. Heart is located between lungs in middle of chest, behind and slightly to left of your breastbone. Breastbone is also called as sternum. A double-layered membrane called pericardium surrounds roots of heart, major blood vessels, and is attached by ligaments to spinal column, diaphragm, and other parts of body. The inner layer of pericardium is attached to heart muscle. A coating of fluid separates the two layers. Okay, now we will come. This was the brief anatomy of heart regarding its weight, its size, and regarding its surrounding membrane. Now we comes to the circulation and the flow chart from where the blood is coming into heart and where it is going. I have divided this diagram into two halves. As you know, human heart is divided into two halves, right and left. Okay, now if you see this right portion, it contains right atrium and right ventricle. Left contains left atrium and left ventricle. Okay, now the function of right atrium. The right atrium collects deoxygenated blood from whole body through vena cava. Vena cava is the largest or major vein present in the body. Okay, its function is to collect deoxygenated blood from upper half and lower half of the body. And vena cava opens into the right atrium. Upper vena cava opens here and lower vena cava opens here. Now from right atrium, blood is coming into the right ventricle. A valve is present at the opening of right atrium and ventricle, which is called as tricuspid valve. Tri means three. This valve has three cusps. Three cusp means it has three doors like things, which is controlling the backflow of blood. Fine. Now from here the blood has to go into the pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery. This is the only artery which is carrying deoxygenated blood. Okay. Now there also you can see a valve is present between pulmonary artery and right ventricle, which is called as pulmonary semilunar valve. Semilunar, as this shape indicates, half moon. Its shape is about or more like a half moon. That's why we call it as semilunar valve or pulmonary valve. Now blood comes here, then again it has to go into the pulmonary artery from right atrium. Now here you can see two pulmonary arteries are present. Two of them going in each lung. Okay, from here the blood is going for oxygenation purpose. After oxygenation in the lungs, blood has to come back into the heart, and now the oxygenated blood comes into the left atrium through pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins are the only veins which is carrying oxygenated blood. Now you see left atrium and left ventricle has a valve between them, which is called as bicuspid valve. Bicuspid valve has bi or two cusp. Okay, this is also called as mitral valve. Mitral valve. Okay, now from here blood is coming into the left ventricle. Now from left ventricle blood has go into the aorta. Here also a valve is present, which is called as aortic valve or aortic semilunar valve. Okay, and aorta is responsible to supply blood throughout the body. oxygenated blood. Okay, now you see the two sides, the functions of two sides are very different. This side or right side is contributing for collection of blood, and this side, the left side, is responsible for distribution of the blood, pumping of the blood. Okay, so the right side is also called as heart pump, okay, or you may call it as lung pump. Why lung pump? Because this portion is responsible for the collection of blood and allowing the blood to go into the lungs for purification. So this right side of the heart is also known as lung pump, and this left side of the heart is also called as body pump. Body pump means why? Because this side of the heart is responsible to supply blood throughout the body. Fine.